Okay, it's so exciting. The big day date is set. So here's what happens. A lot of brides and grooms, they say to themselves, I want to look really good at my wedding day and for my honeymoon. And this is not something that's a hope and a aspiration for everybody getting married. But I tell you what, if it is, this video is for you, because we're going to go through and talk about some really quick tips on this video podcast and how to, I guess, feel the best you can feel and look the best you can based on your goals for your wedding day. And I tell you what, these are things that, not any shaming here, not saying this is what you need to do, but this again is for people that say to themselves, I want to get there. I want to look my best for my pictures. And I got a quick story. My son and daughter-in-law, they were really excited about this, and they got focused, and they did remarkable things 3 or 4 months out before the wedding to lose 20 to 35 pounds respectively. And they were so pumped because they had a fantastic wedding. They had a great photographer, and everything came out, and this was what their vision was. So if it is, we can help you get there. So let's go through and talk about these. Number one, the basics of how to lose weight before your wedding. I'm going to tell you though, I'm going to give you just a quick 10-minute video here, but all this information is available on my blog, and it has a lot of detailed references that you can click on that's going to give you much more in-depth information. This is just a quick video podcast because I don't like long content. So here we go. The basics of losing weight. Number one, you got to drink plenty of water. The biggest mistake I find with people for any weight loss is they don't drink enough water, because water does help give you a feeling of fullness, and it does help cut down on hunger. And it's so easy. You want to shoot for about 8 ounces glasses of water per day. So that's 8 ounces of water. So about 64 ounces. Just start pounding that. Eat a balanced diet, of course. This is just a basic. You got to cut back on some of the things you're eating before, some of the bad fast foods and some of the fatty, some of the high caloric content foods, some of the, high carb foods you might want to cut back on, and go to whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts. Be careful how many, but avoid fast food, avoid foods that you know are bad for you. Now, that's just a basic tip. The other one is exercise. Right now, if you're going to get into a vision of getting to where you want to be for your wedding day, you got to start exercising every day, because you want to be shooting for, I would say, 150 to 300 minutes of moderate exercise, and maybe some days vigorous, but definitely moderate. 150 to 300. I'm going to say closer to 300, because it will make a huge difference in your weight management and weight loss. Get enough sleep. A big problem a lot of people have, they don't realize this is a big factor in helping you to lose weight. So now there's a lot of diet plans out there, and I got some videos, I got some blogs, I got some that go through all the different plans out there on my RxHealthyHabits.com. But the biggest thing is, when you go to pick one, you're looking to really look at 1 to 2 pounds a week realistically. Now, can you do more than that? Sometimes, but realistically, 1 to 2 pounds per week. And some of the plans out there that are good ones are things like the Mediterranean diet. I think all the dietitians and most of the weight loss gurus out there, they love this diet, because long term it sustains if you stick with it and eat this way kind of like the rest of your life. So Mediterranean diet is rich in lean proteins, whole grains, vegetables, and it has some healthy fats. Heart healthy, obviously. So Mediterranean diet. You got to do a lot of reading and research and learn how to do it, and you got to take some time to get a handle on it. It's going to cost you some money to go out and buy better quality foods, which is fine, but be aware. Great idea, or great choice, yes. DASH diet, this is a good one. A lot of, again, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, very similar. Maybe not as much of some of the vegetables and some of the other things, but this is a great choice. The ketogenic diet, this is where when you eliminate carbohydrates or really do a very low carb. It's high protein, high fat, and that's going to put your body in a state of ketosis for fat burn. Usually you can get rapid weight loss with this. However, it's usually hard to sustain, and some patients, I call them patients, some people don't like the way it makes them feel with all that high protein, high fat, and they really do crave the carbs. But that's an idea, all right? Then there's the Whole30 diet. That's the 30 days of resetting your eating habits, which you're going to have to do anyway, one way or another, no matter what you do with weight loss, if you want to sustain it afterwards. This can be challenging. You're going to really eliminate a lot of processed foods, sugar, dairy, grains from your diet. So it might be a little bit more challenging, but it's an option. RX Healthy Habits. We have a commercial diet program that my wife and I did, and that we got to normal weight and maintain it 4 years ago. We're still there, and we've actually optimized our health. So RX Healthy Habits, I'm going to promote me. We have a program. If you reach out to us, we can help you, especially with option 3, to get it off predictably, safely, and somewhat rapidly. I'm talking 1 or 2 pounds per week plus. I can't make claims for more than that, but I've seen it done where people who are very consistent and follow exactly what we teach them in our program will get there. So that's a big one. So you can find out more about that with my blogs, my links, but also just reach out to us at RxHealthyHabits.com and at RxHealthyHabits@gmail.com. Now, here's, guys and gals, here's what you want to do before your wedding. You want to start to do some toning up. And this is something we're going to go through. You want to do some strength training. This might be fun together as a couple, but you can go in and do 2 or 3 times per week. You can do some major muscle group toning, legs, arms, back. There's a lot of great videos on this, but there's also people out there that love, you could hire, and usually 1 or 2 sessions will give you enough to learn enough to how to do strength training. Cardiovascular exercise. Now, here's where you want to get out and get some fitness in. 30 minutes each day. So you take 30 times 7, that's 200 minutes. So remember I was talking about 150 to 300 minutes? There you go. This is what the experts say you need for cardiovascular health. And if you can just walk at this point, 30 minutes walking a day would be a good start. If you want to ramp up a little bit, you can, depending on your age and your physical fitness right now. High intensity training. If you don't have a lot of time, 2 to 3 times a week, you can do what they call HIIT. This is where you do short bursts of exercise, then you rest. Short bursts, then rest. You can get a lot more. You can get a lot of cardio in a short period of time with that. Yoga and Pilates, obviously, another good choice, and that's something you could do together. Here's some more really basic tips, but I think we can't get enough of going back to keeping this simple. Number 1, you got to set some realistic goals. If you need to lose, let's say 30 pounds, and you only got a month, it's not going to happen, because if you do the math, that's about 8 pounds a month, maybe 10 pounds. You're not going to do it. So set some realistic goals. Don't go crazy there and trying to say, well, I need to get to this. No, you don't. You have nothing to reach to prove anything to anybody. You set goals that are realistic and attainable for you, that you think would make you happy. All right, because it's really about, on that day, being happy with where you got to, and you had a vision in mind. Maybe you're going to miss it, but guess what? If you don't shoot for it, you'd never get close, right? So keep a food diary. Very important. You got to start being accountable with your food, because most people, they underestimate how much food they consume, and they overestimate how much energy they put out with exercise. Keep a food diary. Very important. There's a lot of apps out there. I really recommend it. Get support. This is key. There might be some groups you can join. There's a lot of stuff online. There's a lot of groups that specialize just in helping you with weight loss, especially if you have an upcoming event. And I'm going to tell you, we got some good support on our Facebook page, RX Healthy Habits, and also our website has some great content that I think is really going to help you. Don't deprive yourself. I mean, you're going to have once in a while some indulgences. I think what you got to get out of your head is, well, if I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to have at least 1 day a week that I can cheat. And I'm going to tell you, you want to change that to maybe I'm going to have 1 or 2 indulgences on certain days of the week, but I'm not going to go off the rails, because the worst thing you can do is work hard all week and then blow it all and maybe have not as much weight loss because you had to have that cheat day where you ate whatever you wanted again. No, can't do it. Not before the big day. If you want to get there, again, So real quick, and I'm going to wrap up with this. Sometimes there's a simple, quick wedding fix dress day diet. Now, this is just a quick thing to think about for the brides, not so much for the grooms, but if the brides say to themselves, I just want a quick fix, like before the wedding, just to make sure I get down or not creep up after I have my dress measured. And so it's real simple. The diet plan for that week is a week or 2 before is Greek yogurt with fruits, nuts, and snacks, apple slices, grilled chicken salad, and mixed greens and vegetables for lunch. And then, a hummus, kind of like a hummus and carrot stick snack. And then at night, grilled salmon. So really what they're doing here is they're doing more of a Mediterranean thing where they're going with, protein, low carbs, low fat, and they're trying to help you there maybe get to a point where if you did that 1 or 2 weeks, you're going to drop a pound or 2, maybe more before, but also, just stay a little bit on the rails before. Exercise plan. It goes through Monday all the way through to Friday. you can rest on Sunday, Friday and Saturday. It includes cardio, strength training 3 days a week, cardio 3 days a week, high intensity training on Saturday. So we end up, so exercise plan, 3 days a week doing some cardio, 2 days a week doing some strength training, and that includes your HIIT on Saturday, and then Sunday you take a day and just recover. So makes sense. I think you're going to find that that's the quickest tip and the best advice I could offer for closer to the date. But if you really want to get a handle on things, start way ahead of time and start, months before, because remember, the average is only 1 or 2 pounds per week. So I hope that helps. And again, more information, more detail on our website. If you go, I'm also going to post in there, or embed in the blog, I'm going to embed some other things where you can find. Okay, so hope that information helps.